Hey guys, welcome to the God, Ghost, and Growth podcast with Miss Sarah Sabastro of Biz Credit Builds, and I am Sarah Sabastro. So a little bit about her is that we met her during the pandemic, and we were just speaking prior to getting on our podcast today that, the pandemic has brought forth a lot of personal relationships. And this is one relationship that you guys need to know about. She is a firehouse in her own right and in her own industry. And I cannot wait for y'all to hear about Miss Sarah and what she has going on. And y'all got to check her out because she on TV. So she is on TV.
Definitely.
So Miss Sarah, welcome. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, I'm Sarah Sabastro. I'm the CEO of Biz Credit Builds. I also have S&W Development and Sabastro Enterprises. So I'm an investor and a business loan broker. So most people come to me for on the personal consulting side when they are looking to, one, build their business credit or get approved for a loan. So most times when people find me, they're like, hey, I heard you do business credit. I'm like, it's a little bit more than business credit, right? We were talking earlier, and these ladies do such a great job of, showcasing so many people, but the service part, right? It's an experience. Once you come over to my company, I want to make sure that whatever we service you with, it becomes impactful, right? And we educate you and it changes your life. You grow from this. This is not hey, I had a consultation with Sarah, or Sarah did a loan for me and we didn't have a pre-appointment or a post-appointment, or she didn't consult me on what I should be doing to flip my money, right? We want you to grow, but yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk to you guys today.
Yes. And I can actually give you a little small testimonial of the Biz Credit Build side. I didn't know that she was a business investor and all the good stuff that she just said, but just the fact of how she has her business credit business set up, she will make sure y'all do that work because she has all of her assistants calling you every week. Yes, we just seen if you need some help, but that is
my customer service team needs a foot on your neck.
Yes. And I feel like in business, customer service is like the A1, and that's kind of like what has set you apart in this whole business arena. So you're going to be attending the God Goes Ghost conference, and
yes, I'm excited about it.
Yes, and you are going to be one of our impactful speakers. Can you tell us how you actually help Kingdom Women thrive?
So I think that is such a broad statement. I think I want to help Kingdom Women thrive by unleashing, helping them unleash their spiritual purpose, letting them know what possibilities they have, and educating them on the financial side. I know that oftentimes, when you go into a teaching, or when you go have a consult with somebody, or you go to one of these conferences, people are pushing one initiative, right? And I think what's special about this conference is that all of our speakers are going to be all teaching you about different teachings and different principles, and we all are going to put all of those things together to help impact your life. I think oftentimes people are embarrassed, or they don't want to be in that vulnerable state where we are, God breaks down that spiritual beauty. That's what I call it. But I mean, the women that are going to be on this conference are going to be sharing wisdom. They're going to be sharing all these great things with you. And the hope is that everyone who attends this conference, this yearly conference, definitely gets impacted by what is shared, but that you use it on your everyday life, because it is definitely going to be a blessing.
And you just gave a little prophecy right there that this yearly conference, come on,
yearly,
Sarah.
Yearly, because this is not,
yes.
listen, I want you guys to know that what they're doing over there is definitely something that you can't just do a one-on, right? Not enough women know about you guys. And I think just even the people that you have on your panel, I'm humbled that you guys invited me. I always say that in God's kingdom, no perfect people are allowed. I am a Christian, but I'm also a woman. I'm also a mother. I'm a wife. I am a boss. And sometimes that takes away from everything that we're trying to do. No, you can't do this because you're that. No, you can do whatever you want. I know I always say on my page, sometimes people don't know how to take me because just because I like to have fun and I like to network and we like to travel, that doesn't take away from me being all those other things, right? And God, he blesses us with these gifts and sometimes we don't utilize them or share them enough. Oftentimes when people see a Christian woman, they see a Christian. No, we like fashion. We like to have fun. Right. We like to be in bathing suits. We like to pray. People don't see that other side of Sarah. So it'd be good for you guys to get into my business.
Right. And you said a mouthful right there. You know, people think that we should be in skirts down our ankles and shirts down our arms.
No, baby, we are embracing this age of ours.
Right. It's who we are. So we can't be women, and so they're basically putting a stereotype on Christians, like who we are and how we should, act. But God called us to serve and to bring people to him. And if our light is shining by how by our fashion or whatever, that's how we bring people unto him. And once they get to know the real Tyra or the real Sarah or the real Charlena, they'll see, oh, she really dope in real life, So that's
live like God designed you to live.
Right.
Don't change for anybody. And we all have stories, right?
Right.
Divorce, Tyra, like a couple years ago, we definitely aren't the women that we are now. It's only because God's grace and mercy that we are here. And
grace and mercy.
He is the secret to the kingdom.
Yes, he's a secret sauce.
Mark,
he is secret sauce.
You already know, like, listen. And oftentimes people don't take advantage of the secret.
Right.
Secret to unleashing your spiritual purpose is to live the way God designed you to live, not the way the world wants you to live, but the way that God designed you to live.
Yes. So we said a mouthful right there with being
how kingdom
thrive. But the other thing is, how do people find you on the IG streets? What will they see you doing?
Okay, so on these IG streets, right? I have several pages, but my main page is I am Sarah Sabastro, and I'll put the link below. And the official ads, Biz Credit Builds also. And literally when you log on to those pages, you're gonna see a little bit of everything. You're gonna see me preaching one day. You're gonna see me the next day being out with my family. You'll see a little bit of everything. I definitely, my memes, if I post something, it's because it's meaningful and I need you to catch the message. Most people don't understand that it's merely because you're those messages that people get touched. But I can't tell you how many times I post on IG and those people are in my inbox like, hey, Miss Sarah, what you said was impactful. It touched my heart and things of that. But I think speaking from the heart is super important. And yeah, you'll see a little bit of everything on my page.
Wow. Awesome. So we know Sarah likes to have fun. Sarah likes to travel, but Sarah likes to help our businesses thrive. And she is a God girl.
Yes.
All right. So tell me a little bit about if you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
So if I could have a billboard with anything on it, I think when you guys presented this question for me, I had a million things, but the one that stood out to me the most was you can come back from anything.
Come on.
Listen, start over. God doesn't block anything that's meant to be. Your path is your path, but you can come back from anything. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that God can't bring you back from. That part.
That was a whole word. That was a whole word.
You gotta come back over. Listen, there is, stop. You can come back. You got but one time to complain about what's going on, what we doing to change this. You can come back from anything.
Right. And that, you know, we had our prayer call this morning and it kind of stemmed in that same realm. Is like, you have to see it until you can see it. So stop having a blind eye to the visions that God has given you. You know, you have to see where you want to be in order to see where you want to be.
That
so
part.
You can come back from anything.
And I think what we miss, sometimes we miss I tell people over and over again, they say, Miss Sarah, I keep going through the same thing. Different circumstances, no, catch the lesson, right? If God is consistently bringing us through a certain valley or a certain season, there's a reasoning behind it. And until we catch that lesson, God is not going to allow us to move past that.
Right.
So catch the lesson. God, what are you trying to teach me? Because I don't want to go through this again.
Exactly. Listen, I call it the valley experience.
That part.
And listen, I was in the valley for about 3 years straight. Every year I'm going through the same thing. I was like, you know what? Never again. But
that part. And helping other people see that, helping other women see that. Because like, I think sometimes we feel stuck. No, there is no stuck. Start over if you have to. But I put so much time, money, energy, my family, like listen, God don't break anything apart that's meant to be. And you have to let him drive your decisions and your purpose. Mm-hmm. And when you put him first, there's nothing that he's ever taken away from me that he doesn't bless me triple and double and quadruple fold.
Yes. So ladies, if you're listening to this conference call right now, you can come back from anything. Divorce,
bankruptcy.
Yep.
Homelessness. Oh my God. Mental health. Bad credit. If that business didn't work out with that partner, start over. Get another one.
Right.
Start over.
Right. So that's just going to lead us into our next question.
Okay.
So in the next 5 years, where can we see Miss Sarah Sabastro?
Okay. I think in the next 5 years, I'd love to transition full-time into investing in real estate and development. I'd love to have a few apartment buildings where I am essentially employing people who are starting over, transitioning, or even, I always say no perfect people allowed. People who can't find employment other places, who people don't want to take second chances on. And then definitely making them take financial literacy education and pushing them towards home ownership. So hopefully one of my rehab properties.
Awesome. I saw that rehab property you just did. I was like,
my portfolio is growing.
I was like, why is this not in Charleston?
Yeah, well, you can do it this anywhere. Like, we need to talk about this. Like, definitely you can do it anywhere. I think the key to investing in real estate is to take a risk, right? Oftentimes, we don't take a risk. And because we don't take risk, we find ourselves just making safe moves. But like, when God pulls on your heart to do certain things, like, hey, you need to do this or you need to do that, like, as long as it's in his accord, he's always going to make it work. So we need to take more risk.
Yeah. And I mean, to look at the building and to say it was section, when people think of Section 8, it got to be, and it's dilapidated, you don't have to have it fixed up, but that's somebody's fresh start. My gosh, it was
all of my properties. I started off with putting regular tenants in my property, right? But in the past year and a half, we've transitioned into putting all Section 8 or 811, which is disabled clients, in our properties. And I do that for a reason. One, I don't want to chase anyone down for rent. That's one.
Correct.
Two, those people who go into my properties, I literally, they become my clients, right? It affords them the opportunity to start thinking about home ownership. And if they want to buy my rehab property, I give them that opportunity. So for me, if we put our stamp on something, we got to do it with love. And I am definitely making it look nice, right? Who wants to, listen, I can't tell you how it lights up my heart. And you can talk to any of my 13 tenants and they will be like, they take care of my property because they love it.
Right.
They love it. Like speakers, Bluetooth speakers in the wall, the indented ceilings, the fresh backyard, like all of those things were important to me. And you know, I'm from the hood, so my mother's house was beautiful, but it was on a terrible block, right? So for me, I want to make, if I can have a hand in rehabilitating Baltimore City or any other neighborhood, I definitely want it to be nice and not looking like everything else.
Right. And you did an amazing job with that.
Oh, thank you.
You did an amazing job with that. So this is our last question for this podcast. And I just want to thank you for being on here with us. So tell our listeners what you have going on. How can we find you? And just tell us what's next.
So what's next? So I'm working on a DIY business credit program, which is kind of do-it-yourself for people who can't afford my regular program. So that is going to be launching soon. I also have a book that will be out in the next 2 months. Outside of that, you can catch me on the She Is Still Dope Network each and every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have special guests and you guys will be on in the next upcoming weeks. But I definitely try to choose a different area of financial literacy every time on the business and personal side every week. I'm also on YouTube TV, but I am Sarah Sabastro on Instagram or the official at Biz Credit Builds or Sarah Sabastro on Facebook. Please follow me.
Awesome. So you mentioned about your business credit business for the people that can't afford the DIY part, and you also mentioned the do it for you part. How do we get in contact with you, or how do we sign up for either of those entities?
Yep. So you can so I don't keep any of my payment information or cost on my page because I want to talk to you personally. So you can always go to my page, www.bizcreditbuilds.com. There's going to be a contact form on there. You would fill that out. And once that contact form goes in, you will have a consultation with me or one of my employees, and we'd be glad to introduce you to the things that we have based on what you have going on at the time.
Awesome. So it's kind of like a do it for you, but then you see where their needs are, and then you just go from there.
Yes, I think that where most people mess up at is right. They want to build business credit, but some people just simply can't afford it, right? So I have my credit group on Facebook that literally you can join for free. It's literally Biz Credit Builds, but it's the Facebook group. And I teach you for free how to build business credit. Now, if you want to be interested in my program, then of course, you have that one-on-one approach, customer service, Monday through Friday to 7 p.m. at night, and we're holding your hand to get you to the financing piece, right? And then once you're ready for financing, you will come back to me and we'll get you going in the right direction. I think people are sometimes so pressed to have a seat at the table that they take anything. And for me, it's important that we align with, hey, you're not ready for this yet. Let's fix these things before I take your money, because I'm not in the business of just taking anybody's money. I definitely respect my reputation, and I don't want you to feel like you're not learning anything. I'm always honest and straightforward. Like, you're gonna have to do your part. This is not, hey, Miss Sarah, I invested, but I don't have time. I need somebody to do it for me. If that's the case, then I'm not for you. My program is not for you, because there's no point in me doing all the work and you not aligning with or educating yourself, because I need you to maintain this after you graduate from my program.
Correct. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, you have just heard from Sarah Sabastro. She is going to be at our God Goals Growth Conference 2021, September 10th and 11th in Charleston, South Carolina, taking place at the Crown Plaza. To find out more information about this conference, go to www.godgoalsgrowthconference.com. And if you have any questions, you can find Sarah on Instagram at I am Sarah Sabastro, or on Facebook, Biz Credit Builds. And thank you all for joining this episode. We appreciate y'all, and y'all have a great day.
Bye, guys.